overheard girlfriend's call with affair partner, canceled the proposal, and blocked her on every platform. I 38 male just found out my girlfriend 36 female of 5 years cheated on me. And I found out in the worst way. Just some background info on me. I've never been married, nor do I have any kids. It's not that I don't want either. Life just hasn't had those plans for me yet, I guess. Anyway, to the story. Friday after work, I left to go on a weekend trip with the guys to one of my buddies' cabins on the lake. Nothing too crazy, fishing, drinking games, just good old fun. Usually we do these trips about every 3 months to get time to ourselves and give our significant others a break from us. I usually stay through the entire weekend and just leave from there to go to work on Monday morning. However, this weekend I left my laptop in the office room and forgot to grab it. So, around 4 p.m. I started to head home, figuring I'd be there by 6. Let's call her Rachel. She wouldn't have eaten by then, so I called in an order at her favorite Italian place, stopped and picked it up, and headed to the house. I walked in, and everything seemed normal. I could hear Rachel laughing in the kitchen, so I figured I'd just walk in and surprise her. As I got closer, I started to overhear the conversation she was having on the phone, and in an instant my life was shattered. I assumed she was talking to her sister, or maybe one of her friends, but the conversation basically went like this. Last night was just amazing. He was such a considerate lover. I'm telling you, I've never had anything like it. We met on Tinder and he took me out last night. By the time we made it through the door, we barely made it to the sofa. Oh God, big, like twice as big as insert my name. I'll definitely be taking him for a test drive again. After that line, I just dropped the food on the floor. Rachel heard it and turned around. By that time, I already had tears welling up in my eyes. She hung up the phone and tried to get to me, but I just pushed her off, went up to the office, grabbed my laptop, and left. Rachel has been hysterically texting and calling for the past 4 days, and I haven't answered once. I'm staying at a motel a couple of towns over, so I doubt she will be able to find me. My buddies and mom have called, as Rachel has frantically been trying to locate me. But I've assured everyone I'm okay, and there's nothing to worry about. My life has been ruined by a stupid phone call. I really thought this was the girl I was going to spend the rest of my life with. I'm an only child, and my mom keeps reminding me she wants grandkids. I had planned on proposing this year on the 4th of July, as it would be our 6th-year anniversary. I've already got the ring, and my buddy and his wife already knew about the plan, as they are the ones who set us up and hosted the 4th cookouts. Any advice from you on here would be appreciated. This is the first time I've dealt with infidelity in any relationship. I'm so broken at this point. Do I contact Rachel? Should I hear her out after that phone call? The thought of her just makes me sick to my stomach. Thank you in advance for anyone who reaches out. Ask for advice, and the audience definitely has some. First up, she was bragging about cheating on you. You will never forget what you heard. Time to move on. Someone else says, to add to this, she showed you who she is. Be glad you learned now and not after being married for many years. Another one says, you've already heard everything from her you need. Don't look back. Best case scenario, arrange for your friends to collect your things and never speak to her again. The only closure to be had in this is from her side. Never give her a chance to apologize. Don't talk to her friends. Or if your mutuals try to give you a message from her, ghost them too. Make a post to social media explaining what happened. Tag her. One more opinion? Yes, do this. Since you're a nice guy who probably can't imagine doing this to her, you will want to try and understand and fix things. You'll try to be a pick-me. Make it loud in public so you can't go back. You dodged a bullet, trust me. I found out this past year that half of my life is a lie. After 27 years together with 3 kids, my wayward wife cheated on me multiple times over those years. I had an opportunity to leave her the first year we ever dated, when I found out she probably cheated on me, but I tried to understand and fix things. Don't be me. Who needs a 6th anniversary when you can celebrate the newfound freedom of not having to share your sofa with someone who has a penchant for Tinder escapades? As for closure, just remember, closure is overrated. It's like that elusive last slice of pizza at a party. You can search for it all night, but chances are it's already been devoured by someone else, leaving you with nothing but greasy regrets. So, take the advice from your fellow internet therapists and make like Houdini, disappear from her life faster than a magician's assistant in a box trick. And if you really want to put a cherry on top of this mess, go ahead and make that social media post. Tag her, add some confetti emojis, and let the world know that you're officially back on the market for someone who values fidelity over sofa shenanigans. Update. Hello everyone. First off, I would like to thank everyone for their kind words. I've had a very stressful week, and while I did not feel up to replying to anyone's posts, I want you all to know that I read them. And your words helped me through this week. This has been a devastating event for me, and each and every one of you that commented or reached out through chat brightened my day just a tiny bit. With that said, here's the most recent update. Last Friday night, after my buddies got to the hotel, I explained what I had heard on the phone call. All 3 of them were stunned, to say the least. They asked if I had seen any signs of this, and to be honest, I really hadn't. I said I didn't know what I was going to do. I informed my one buddy that the proposal was off, and given the circumstances, he completely understood. One thing I had my buddies do when they left their houses was turn off tracking, in case their significant others were checking and getting back to Rachel. I know Rachel isn't close with one of the wives, but at this point, I didn't want to take any chances. That night, we spent the night at the hotel bar, and I tailspun pretty hard, shot after shot after shot. It wasn't pretty. My buddies were getting calls all night from their significant others asking where they were, and to their credit, they stood their ground and backed me up, just saying that we were safe and not to worry. One asked to speak to me after assuming that we were where we were, but I didn't want to talk to her. She kept saying Rachel is worried and just wants to come home. I just told my buddy to deal with it, and I'd fill them in another time. I spent most of the night hitting on the bartender, which I'm not proud of, and a couple of girls who were traveling for work. The next day, I thanked them all for spending time with me, and they took off back home. This week, I had one of my buddies scope out the house we were renting, as it was on his way to work. And he gets to work after Rachel and I would have already left for the day. Rachel had taken Monday and Tuesday off but went back to work on Wednesday. As soon as he informed me of this, I went to the house and started packing as much stuff as I could. The house was a mess, dishes in the sink, clothes lying everywhere, trash was full of takeout and ordered food. It took me about 3.5 hours to get all my crap out. Before I left, I cleaned up for Rachel as a final gesture. That afternoon and evening, I got flooded by Rachel with calls and texts after she realized that I had come home and gotten all of my things. So for now, I'm staying at my mother's house until I can find a place of my own this fall. I spoke with the landlord, and without Rachel's signature, he won't remove me from the lease. Meaning I have to cover my half of it until October. My mom has said I can stay with her until then, at which point I will try to find a new place. I know, a 38-year-old moving back in with his mother. How amazing life has treated me. I finally contacted Rachel on Thursday and told her we could meet up at a local bar and grill downtown Friday evening. I told her one of my buddies would be attending to make sure everything was on the up and up. She complained for a few minutes, saying she wanted me to come home and talk with her so we could move past this. But I told her if she wanted to see me, this is how it was going to be. Eventually, she agreed. So Friday night, Rachel shows up after my buddy and I had been there for about an hour. I had already eaten and took a couple of shots of Ciroc to calm me. We sat down, and she wanted to make small talk, asking about me and blah blah blah. I cut that garbage off. I told her I had a list of questions. Immediately, her eyes welled up. I asked her how long this has been going on. She swore this was the first and only time. I told her to cut the crap. I said there was no chance we were ever getting back together, so just tell the truth so I can have my closure and move on with my life. She stuck to her guns for a few minutes, but then, as most of you predicted, she came clean. Every time I went on those trips for the past 2 years, she thought I was going to cheat on her, so she was having her fun too. This set me off. I told her she was using this as an effing excuse to just sleep around. I then asked who she was talking on the phone with, but she refused to give me an answer. For this, I asked if they use condoms, and she hesitated sometimes. I said she's lucky I got an STD test because I'm clean, so she doesn't have to worry about getting one unless her most recent horse didn't use one. Finally, before I left, I told her about my plans for the July 4th proposal. I showed her the ring and told her that I was going to propose at her friend's party because that was where they introduced us. It was around here that she just started crying. She begged for another chance. I told her that I will always love her, but we are over. So yeah, she's been messaging me all day, but I'm going to block her here soon. So, I'm just sitting here eating some B-dubs and drinking beer while watching the fights. Hopefully, Poirier wins, but I'm doubting it. My life is a train wreck. Anyway, thanks guys for listening. I don't know if I'll update again, as I doubt I will ever talk to that see you next Tuesday again. Now, the community has some thoughts. I knew she was going to say it was only once. They always do that, dummies. Also this line, every time I went on those trips for the past 2 years, she thought I was going to cheat on her. So she was having her fun too. Blame-shifting classic cheater move. It's your fault, Up? I think not. I'm sorry your landlord didn't let you out of the lease, but at least you have your mom. It's not ideal, but it's only temporary. 100% her loss. Too bad she was about to become someone's wife. A good man chose her, wanted her, and she threw it all away for fun. It's time to focus on you and your healing. Go easy on the alcohol. Be careful. You're going to be okay. Another person has some more advice. Op, I'm glad that you are clean. And sad that she was such a piece of crap and used as justification that she thought you were going to cheat on her on those trips. Sad also that she didn't want to tell you who she was talking to, but I bet it must be someone in the inner circle of friends and most possibly one of the wives of your buddies. She didn't want to give her, because that could cause trouble with the male friend for supporting a cheater, and might as well, she was doing that too. So, warn your buddies of this possibility. Now, about her reaction and manner in the restaurant, she showed no remorse at all and even tried to trickle truth, because if she were remorseful for what she did, she would have broken before the ring thing. She came to her senses about her stupidity when you showed her that ring and talked about the proposal. Well, OP, now it is time for you to leave alcohol and start your healing travel. Hope everything goes well, and please, if you come to find out who was on the other end of that call, update us. It sounds like you've been navigating through a minefield of betrayal and bourbon. Speaking of dodging bullets, it sounds like you're narrowly missing becoming a cautionary tale for future generations of what not to do when your partner is a serial swiper. But hey, at least you've got your health, right? No need to worry about uninvited house guests from the land of STDs crashing your pity party. As for Rachel, well, it sounds like she's got about as much remorse as a cat caught shredding your favorite sweater. Blaming you for her little side jaunts is like blaming a pothole for your DUI, classic deflection. But we see through that facade faster than a magician's sleight of hand. And let's not forget the grand finale at the bar and grill, where you served up truth bombs hotter than their buffalo wings. Showing her that ring was the cherry on top of this dumpster fire of a relationship. Update 2. Hey there, fellow Redditors. I just want to thank each of you for the kind words. It means a lot to me. A few things have happened in the last day, so I figured I'd fill you in. Nothing too exciting, but nonetheless, here it is. Rachel is no longer invited to the 4th cookout, so I'm free and clear and don't need to worry about any confrontation with her. If you remember in my last post, while at the bar, one of the wives was trying to talk to me. She is the wife that hosts the 4th cookout. Apparently, Rachel had told her that she had only cheated once and it was a huge mistake, and that's why she was trying to get me to talk things out with her. When I spoke with her this past Tuesday, I let her know the whole truth. She immediately called Rachel, who confirmed my line of events was livid, and started yelling at her, telling her it would be best if she didn't show up to the event on the 4th because I was going to be there. Frankly, what she did to me was vile and disgusting. She then asked me to forgive her and said she had no idea. I explained it wasn't her fault, and she had nothing to ask for forgiveness for. We were both sold a lie by someone we cared about. As for who was on the other end of the phone call with her, I can only imagine it was her sister, the 2 wives who were friends with her, and I remained solid that they had no idea Rachel was doing this, as apparently on Saturday evenings while we were away, they would have a girls' night at my house until about 11 p.m. and talk about typical girl garbage and drink wine. The one who isn't even friends with her but partook in these events confirmed it. The other thing that makes me think it was her sister is I've attempted to reach out to her 3 times now, and I've gotten no text back. No call back? Nothing. Her mother has called and said she's upset about the breakup and asked if there is anything they can do to change my mind, but I told her that's just not happening. I went back to work on Monday after taking the week off, so I'm back to my normal routine now. No more booze in the near future, my liver will thank me for that. This community has helped me a lot, and I personally wanted to thank each and every one of you for all of it. I don't know if I'll update this account again, as it seems this is the end of the situation. Fingers crossed, by the way. Rachel has been blocked on all platforms, so right now she has no way to contact me. The cookout host said she isn't doing good right now, as she told me that before I explained what really happened. But, as is life, I'm not doing good either, but I'm moving on and putting all this behind me. Thanks again, community, y'all rock! First off, kudos on uninviting Rachel from the cookout. Who needs a side of infidelity with their potato salad, am I right, OP? As for Rachel's mystery phone pal, sounds like her sister's got some explaining to do. Maybe she's busy perfecting her "I had no idea" speech while trying to hide the guilt-induced sweat stains. And her mother's desperate attempts to salvage the wreckage? Well, at least someone's still holding on to the sinking ship of denial. Back to work and no more booze? Way to go, OP! Sounds like the start of a thrilling new chapter in the saga of life after Rachel. Who needs liquid courage when you've got the unwavering support of an internet community? Keep blocking, keep moving forward, and remember, there's always a brighter tomorrow, even if it's just a glimmer on the horizon of your ex-free future. Do you have a similar story? Share it with us in the comments below. And thank you for joining us today. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on our next video. See you soon!